No! No, Ocean! I'll see you in hell!
Borderlands is a series known for its flair for the unhinged, but in reflecting on the looter-shooter's long, gory, and downright wrong history, there are several moments that stand out even within a series where derangement is the status quo. 12 of them, in fact. Here's Borderlands' most outrageous moments in order of ascending wildness. Claptrap is a pretty divisive character in the Borderlands community. Some find him hilarious, while others just think he's annoying. And they're both right.
We have talked about this, Steve! Jesus H. Reindeer games, my dude! Don't kill things when I'm on camera!
But regardless of where you stand on his comedy chops, it's pretty undeniable that he's one of the most depressing characters to spend time with, often going out of his way to draw out awkward moments and instigate a full-body cringe in the nearest Vault Hunter.
My friends call me Claptrap. Or they would if any of them were still alive, or had existed in the first place.
Few such moments are more hilariously depressing than when a side quest in Borderlands 2, called Claptrap's Birthday Bash, has you spending time with the dorky little robot while organising his birthday party.
Clap is having a shindig? You know I'd go, but I ain't gonna.
After extending invitations to everyone in Sanctuary, attendance is predictably dismal, and you're forced to stand around for several minutes in awkward silence.
I'm sure everyone just got lost. This place is kinda hard to find.
We've all been to a birthday party like this one before, right? Pure pain.
There's, some pizza, if you're hungry. Pizza's kinda cold. Sorry about that.
Everyone's favourite entrepreneur, firearm salesman, and series narrator, Marcus, is best known for his love of cold hard cash and violent disagreement with anyone who tries to get in the way of him and his quest for moolah. His introduction video from Borderlands 2 perfectly demonstrates this when he proves that his guns work just fine and refuses a refund by shooting a customer in the knee with said faulty weapon.
Looks like it works to me.
The iconic line, "looks like it works to me," lives rent-free in my head every time I see that sadistic businessman's grin, and perfectly encapsulates the greedy capitalist in his purest form.
Aha! Fire and flesh. Quite a nasty combination.
One of the best parts of Telltale Games' Tales from the Borderlands is how it leans on its unreliable narrators to surprise the player in interesting ways. My favourite example of this is in Episode 2, Atlas Mugged, when a moment between Reese and Vaughn starts feeling very odd. They suddenly start overusing bro in their dialogue.
Like I said, I would never betray you, bro!
Begin fist bumping one another,
Thanks, bro.
then go cross-eyed and lose their minds, before the scene cuts to Fiona, who reveals she made it all up. If I hadn't already been endeared to this lovable cast of misfits by the second episode, this moment solidified my love for them.
Bro. Unbelievable.
Probably the best Claptrap moment in all of Borderlands comes during the climax of Borderlands 2 as the Vault Hunters begin their final assault against the vile, handsome Jack. After an epic battle sequence and an inspiring speech delivered from our robot friend,
This is it, minion! Our vengeance is finally at hand! Let's tear this planet a new toll! Yeah!
Claptrap is suddenly confronted by a foe too great for him to overcome, a flight of stairs that the wheel-bound little guy has no way of navigating.
Stairs? No!
Naturally, he has to stay behind while the Vault Hunters go on to face against the big bad. And we thank those stairs too, because spending more time with Claptrap probably would have thrown a wet blanket on a pretty awesome conclusion.
You've gotta go on without me. Do your master proud. Let me know when you're done with that job. Stairs were my only weakness.
Borderlands the pre-sequel sometimes gets a bad rap for its comedy chops, but some of its gags stand out amongst its series peers. My personal favourite is a side quest called Another Pickle, that rewards the player with a sentient scav shotgun called Boganella. The weapon's special effect, called Rack Off Ya Dag, increases the scattershot's potency and also makes it talk every time you fire or reload it. And, to our surprise, dear old Boganella seems to have only one thing on her mind, as she shouts, "Get in there, jam another in me," and much more explicit phrases I dare not repeat.
Oh, thanks so much. Feels like I've been trapped here forever.
This thirsty shotgun easily goes down as one of the most unique and memorable moments ever to appear in a video game. Mr. Torg was an instant hit the moment he first showed his mustachioed face and glistening muscles in the Borderlands 2 DLC, Mr. Torg's Campaign of Carnage.
I want you to blow up the ocean!
Over time, the character became more and more of a mainstay to the series, including in the Borderlands spin-off Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Of all the insane moments for which Mr. Torg's high-octane energy and foul mouth is known though, none strike me as being quite as wild as that time he cast Magic Bonking Missile and launched a dozen nuclear warheads that blew up the entire ocean.
It's so beautiful! New ocean, I'll see you in hell!
Not only do we get a memorable rock concert beforehand, but this explosion has a massive impact on the rest of the game, as you're then forced to walk through the now empty ocean bed to get from one area to the next. Thanks a lot, Mr. Torg. Handsome Jack is without question the best bad guy the Borderlands series has ever had, and one of my favourite gaming villains in general. And the reason he's such a strong antagonist is the ease with which he wears his sadistic nature. Instead of being a maniacal edgelord, he pulls off his sociopathic ways with the tone and pageantry of a game show host, telling the audience to look under their chairs for his latest work of deviousness.
Welcome to Pandora, kiddos.
One moment that always stands out to me is when he does the unthinkable and kills off Mordecai's beloved bird companion, Bloodwing, in the most disrespectful way imaginable. Not only does Handsome Jack kidnap the winged friend and use her to taunt the Vault Hunters, but he also mutates her with slag to turn her into one of the story's main boss fights. As he toys with the player and prepares to cut Bloodwing's life short, he recounts all the damage elements found in the Borderlands series and leaves out just one.
Explosive! That is why you don't screw with me.
You knew this one was going to make the list, right? Yes, as you probably suspected, the infamous 2-second long side quest where a throwaway character named Face McShooty demands you shoot him in the face absolutely belongs on this list.
Face! Tired of waiting! Shoot me in the face!
As it perfectly encapsulates the silly, irreverent tone for which sets Borderlands apart from other looter shooters. Farewell, Face McShooty. We didn't know you well, but we did know enough to conclude you died doing what you loved, getting shot in the face. But Stallion, Handsome Jack's horse made entirely of diamonds, was first mentioned in the opening moments of Borderlands 2 as a way for the antagonist to show himself to be the ritzy, detached 1%er that he is.
Just bought a pony made of diamonds. Yeah, because I'm rich. So, you know, that's cool. Goodbye.
But what you may not know is that Borderlands 2 writer Anthony Birch has said in interviews that the gag was actually added last minute, and many on the Gearbox team didn't even know of its existence until the game was in the hands of the public. This makes it all the more crazy that, after the fabled steed became a hit with fans, the horse was added to the game as a principal character, first in Borderlands 2 DLC Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, and then in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Oh, but Stallion, may your reign last 1,000 years, you glorious diamond pony. Okay, this will be the final Handsome Jack focus moment, I promise. But it's hard to make a list of the best moments from Borderlands without talking about one of the most memorable monologues the series has. Partway through the Borderlands 2 story, Handsome Jack chimes in over the radio to lament how tenacious you are.
This is so frustrating. You see, this is what I don't get about you bad guys. You know the hero's gonna win, but you just don't die quickly.
Before launching into a monologue that so perfectly showcases his horrid view of the world and somehow makes all that genuinely funny with his almost scary levels of charm.
Man, example, this one guy in New Haven, right? cities burning, people are dying left and right, yada yada yada. This jackhole rushes me with a spoon. A freaking spoon, and I'm dying laughing, right? So I scoop out his stupid little eyeballs with it, and his kids are all, oh yeah! He can't see where he's going, he's bumping into stuff, and
He ends his tale by telling you the moral of the story, which is honestly the most deep and meaningful part of it all. Really makes you think. It's also the moral of this video, dear viewer.
The moral is, you're a total bitch.
Perhaps one of the most shocking and bizarre sequences in Borderlands history, I still can't really tell you how or why this Tales from the Borderlands combat encounter exists. But in Episode 4 Escape Plan Bravo, Reese and Vaughn take on a whole army of accountants in a make-believe game of finger guns. It's truly the stuff of legends. I didn't know that, in the world where the most insane weapons are easily accessible, I would be more entertained by the simplest of children's games. But seriously, this is up there with the best thing Borderlands has ever given to the world.
Bring it on!
Borderlands really seems to have a thing with stairs, as Claptrap isn't the only one being given trouble by these right angles. In Borderlands 2, Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt, we learn a lot more about the obsessive lackey of Handsome Jack, Professor Nakayama, who hopes to seek revenge on the Vault Hunters who cut his idol's time short. But after throwing all manner of vicious beasts in our path to no avail, he has no choice but to face us himself. The boss fight that would have followed never happens though, as the dear Professor trips and falls down some stairs, dying instantly.
Exemplary Vault Hunter! Now, go collect the fruits of your labors from the terminus!
In Borderlands the pre-sequel, we become better acquainted with Nakayama, his obsession for his boss, and his incompetence that ultimately results in his clumsy demise. But he'll be best remembered in the same breath as Rick the door technician from Star Wars Jedi Survivor, a gag boss who never stood a chance. And those are our picks of the most outrageous moments in the Borderlands series. And for even more from the looter shooter, check out the cast of the Borderlands movie playing Borderlands 2 together. And for everything else, stick with IGN.